environment or where you are born has a lot to say about your output in life. And of course, it is true because there are research to prove it and to back it up. And that is the nature and nurture controversy. It is called a controversy because every school of thought concerning this issue have a strong point to prove. That is, it is a nature that really determines your output in life. And then another school of thought says, no, it is not even nature, it is nurture that determines your output in life. So it is called a controversy because we are not able to agree that this is the one or this is the one. So it is called a controversy. You can do your research about that. Nature, nurture, controversy. So this, my friend, says that when you are born into a family that is already established, a rich family, that you are already leading this life to zero. Praise the Lord. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now he is trying to link everything that is happening in this life. He is trying to look at it as a game. That in the game of life, that when you are born into a family that is established, a family that is rich, that you are already leading this life to zero. He said, now when you are born into a struggling family, a family that is struggling, a poor family, he said, life is already leading you to zero. Praise the Lord. So, and meanwhile, it is true. It is true. Because when you are born into a struggling family and then you want to become somebody in life, it means you have to rise. Irrespective of whatever circumstances that is surrounding you. So it means that your environment now will not be able to limit you. So you have to develop yourself, you have to develop muscle and strength so that your environment will not be able to limit you. And then you see that person will pass through a lot of things. And the truth is that there are a lot of people that have risen like that they were nobody. And at the end of the day, they rose and they became somebody in life. And then if you meet them, when they tell you their story, at times you want to cry. So that is the meaning of it. Means that they had to equalize. They have to score 2-1, and then they have to score 2-2 before they will now score 3-2, and then they will now begin to close. And now the other person now that is already leading, you see, the person will just take off back. And then meanwhile, if care is not taken, life can even equalize that one. So the essence of what I'm saying is that even though the person is born in a well-established family, the person can still end up or can still become somebody who is born like a nobody if care is not taken. But the question is how do you hold your arm and allow life to come back at you? It's not reasonable. I'm trying to explain the meaning of that first battle, the battle against poverty. That's what I'm trying to explain. So it is not something that is I like the idea that it was the first point that was mentioned, because it is not something that you should joke with. One day somebody was speaking. He said he has a friend when they were in school, that this person was writing down. The person wanted to do medicine, was writing down no admission. At times he would pass it down, the university would not offer admission. Then one day the friend said it's enough, and the parents sent him to a private university. He said today that brother is practicing medical doctor. Why? Because there was finance. So if there was no money, they would say maybe it was not the will of God. So it means poverty have made so many people to accept what is not the will of God as the will of God. Do you see the problem? You see the problem? So meanwhile, it is a poverty problem. Now, but you now think, because now so God wants now, told you that is how God wants.